it's the 2023-24 New South Wales State Championships finals, the men's singles final between Jay Breust of Malua Bay and Mark Wheatley of Wyong, coming to you live from Club Dubbo in the beautiful Dubbo Regional Council area. Joining us for commentary for this game is Jason Pinnock, the CSM for Bowls Australia, and local legend bowler Claire Brown. Welcome, Claire and Jason.
Thanks, Andrew. It's great to be here for this final. Obviously, coming off the back of the women's final, Dawn's done something pretty amazing to win 4 state titles here in over a 2-week period. So, looking forward to this match. Mark Wheatley.
Bit of an unknown to me, actually.
Yeah. I've obviously seen on the live stream comments coming through support for him, so he is well known, but a little bit unknown to me as well. But he has played very, very well.
Who did play well was Dawn, and the best seat in the house, Claire, you had?
Yeah, it was a cracker of a game. I was very fortunate to be able to mark that one and get a front row seat. Dawn did amazing, and Sarah stuck it to her as well, so well done to both of them.
And I know this one for a fact. How much of a thrill is it to mark a state singles final?
Well, it was my first time, and it was an incredible experience, and I'll definitely be back when you guys come back in 2026, for sure.
Yep, we'll welcome you. You did a fantastic job. Want to go higher now? Try and mark something of a higher level?
Look, I'm open to anything, Andrew.
Well, we might have to sign you up to become an ITO and shoot for the Commonwealth Games or a World Championship.
Yeah, that'd be incredible.
It is. Never got Com Games, but managed to do a couple of World Championship games that are in Australia. As the bowlers getting towards their last couple of their trial ends, last couple of bowls. Put you on the line. Who's your tip?
Look, I think based on the way that Jay performed this morning and watching both of their games, I would probably put my money on him. He bowled very consistently against Piercy, and he was always in the area. He was just on it all the time.
Well, anyone who beats Razor certainly achieved a good feat. Your tip, Jason?
Well, I was asked that this morning, and straight away I went to Jay Breust, so I'm going to stay with him. It's not concerned, but I wouldn't be surprised if Mark wins this. Probably a heavy underdog in a lot of people's eyes, but the way he knuckled down in that game against Hayden Bukowski and his consistency was quite amazing. If he produces similar, I think we've got a real cracker match coming up this afternoon.
Let's hope so. And I bet you there's people watching on from all over the state, none more so than I was going to say my little mate from Malua Bay, but I don't think anyone's ever described him as little. Dave Thomas, the tank engine. No, there's no bucket of snakes here, mate. You ate them all when we had it last time, you and Bailey.
Yeah, Andrew hasn't provided any for us this time.
No, I'm avoiding them myself, so. Well, Mark gets to roll the jack for the first end. Not sure who won the toss. Are you keep the mat or give it away? Jason?
I always like to keep it. Like my position generally in most of the game now is that lead or second, so I really like to keep the mat, get the roll of the jack, get the feel straight away, and hopefully put them under pressure.
Keep?
Yeah, I'm a keeper.
Well,
that's what Troy said.
Yeah, no, I agree with Jason. It's like having an extra bowl when you've got that jack in your hand. It's really good for getting your weight, getting a feel for the green and what it's doing. No,
I'm the opposite. I'll give it away every time because I'd rather have last bowl.
Yeah, well,
and I reckon I play all lengths equally badly.
Yeah, we spoke about the importance in some of the games today of the jack length and the rolling of the jack and
Mark's nailed it.
Yeah.
So at the moment, your two theory works. Got a few more bowls before mine comes into play. So much so that our side manager in the Pennants has stopped asking me what to do if he wins the toss. Give it away. Every side we're playing against now is going to know that.
Such a smooth delivery. Getting it away so cleanly.
He's got a very simple delivery, hasn't he? And that can be a big advantage. Look at this.
Little trail. It's just gone a little too far.
An unfortunate outcome for a good bowl.
And Morrison gives it a couple of squirts of the old spray chalk to indicate it's a toucher. Jay. Backhand draw. Probably wants to go round his own and just get in behind. Love to count.
Yeah, well, he would love to count because Mark's got the next best too, and he has done that.
Because Jay won the state champion or club champion pairs in the men's just, 2 years ago-ish at South Tamworth. And carried old Thomas the Tank Engine to the victory.
I can imagine some comments coming into the feed there with that.
No, it was a team effort.
Mark's looking for this hole down here.
Just
Going to clip his own and push it up for
got
shot.
it.
Oh, not quite short.
Maybe. Unfortunately, Jay's up there, so we probably won't get told who's shot. Should have cleared Morrow up just to give us an indication after 2 bowls have been played. Like I've been trained to do.
I had a couple of ladies comment actually, because I do that when I'm marking, and they said it was really helpful for the spectators to know what was going on as well.
Yeah, and look, it's usually done on the telly games, but we didn't give Glenn that instruction, so he'll follow just answering the players' questions. Jay drawing, taking a pretty safe line, so I imagine he is one.
Yeah, if he gets back and counts, he's happy, but... Well, he's not taking the mat off of Mark. Mark tried to give it to him.
Well,
that could indicate that Mark might have shot. Nah, just playing to the crowd there on the TV, I think.
tis a one. Making us wonder. So 1 to Jay. And we're underway, one end completed. We're not seeing the mat quite as far back as Dawn was placing it.
Yeah, she was definitely rolling those longer ends. Jack on the tee, majority of them.
One thing I noticed about presets on the cameras, I've got to move them back a bit. Jay's just a little bit taller than the two that were on the rink in the previous end. Like about 3 feet.
Yes.
And that's a brilliant start there by Jay. Putting one right behind the jack.
It's not a bad reply either. Oh, wow. Very good effort.
So I think already early we can see Mark's still got that consistency. He has. So if he can keep that up, it's going to make Jay have to really work for his shots. So
good thing for Jay, he's got his own bowl on the other side of the line now. He can draw with full confidence. He's just dropped that a bit short. I think Mark will see a change to the backhand. He has. A couple of options here. One, of course, is the dead draw. He's a little bit heavy. He can sit that Jay Breust shot bowl or just drag the jack around the corner. Just a little more turn on that hand, just a faint breeze. Generally, it's a little bit wider on that side of the green anyway, isn't it, Claire?
Yeah, that's definitely the wider side. Once any sort of movement of wind comes up, it can get tricky. You've got to sort of keep an eye out on what the wind's doing.
Well, that was close. It's a good home, though. It does mean that Mark can't drag that jack across and make 3 with this bowl.
yeah, we're seeing a lot more people come into the club. Obviously, a lot of the fours teams turning up. Greens have been pretty full for the last, at least hour, with teams rolling up. Mark Wheatley has drawn an absolute cracker.
Sitting right behind the jack. What do you reckon Jay's going to do?
Well, I wouldn't be driving at this. It's early in the game. I'd be trying to stick with me draw and get that feel, promote his own bowl coming in. If he got under it, he's probably just about drawn it on that tight hand.
Yeah.
But he's just a tad wide, but really good weight. It's 2 seconds, so I imagine Mark probably won't want to go near this. Be happy to get one.
Yeah.
Get on the board and get that mat in his hand.
I think he's looking to come down and just sit on the inside of Jay's bowl there.
Yeah.
But he's just going to duck under and probably not the weight he wanted either.
Oh, not far off though, eh?
Sometimes, though, rather than not playing your bowl, you practice draw to another part of the green.
Yep.
Especially early on. Well, we'll be all square. Mark, probably good for him to get that there, just settle the nerves, get into the mode. I'm pretty sure it's his first state final because I don't recognise the name that well. I know it's not Jay's first rodeo. He's been in at least the pairs. And sometimes if you're in a match of a final, especially a state championship, you've not been there before, you can just be a little bit overawed by the situation. And well, Claire, can you remember your first game for New South Wales in under-18s?
I can. That was, I believe, the Tri-Series at Adelaide.
A little bit of nerves in the first bowl coming down?
Definitely, yeah. Yeah, probably the first couple of ends there was some nerves, but once we got settled in, it was just business as usual.
You had some pretty good bowlers around you too, didn't you?
Yeah, well, I had, I came through with Dawny and Sarah, the Nerona twins, Sam and Nat.
Pretty handy.
Yeah. And exciting to see them all doing really well with their bowls still.
Well, there doesn't seem to be too many nerves here with Mark Wheatley at the moment. He just seems to have carried on from his semi-final earlier today.
Oh, Jay had good weight there. He's just gone a bit wide and he wanted to be under that.
Fairly compact delivery for Mark. Just going to get Jay up there. I think Jay might just play slightly over the draw with this one now. He's got a chance to just get under his own and sit Mark's bowl, or if he's a touch wide, can turn his own in. Not going to go crazy. Or he can play the forehand and look to just do the same thing. Might have wanted not to poke the jack out into the open. Just under the line. Both players will go to the head and have a look, so probably a good time to remind everyone. Don't forget to like and share any Bowls New South Wales post or live stream from the state championships for your chance to win a share of prizes worth over $5,000 in partnership with Sharp EIT Solutions. Very simple. Just like and share any Bowls New South Wales post or stream from the state championships. Prizes include a 70-inch Android TV, a 40-inch smart, so 70-inch smart TV, 40-inch touchscreen, state-of-the-art printers and microwaves. Which one would you like, Claire?
Oh, look, you can't go past a big TV, Andrew.
You could put YouTube on and watch the stream.
Oh, and that's how we've been watching it at home through the week when we're not at the club. We've been popping on YouTube and enjoying it.
You could put your game up and say to Troy, look, there's the best marker in the household.
He said to me when he went to bed last night, he was watching the game he marked on the TV ring just to see if he could pick up any pointers from himself for the future.
All our markers have done well on the live stream.
We all know that, Claire, you're the brains and the beauty of the partnership.
Yeah, I can't argue with that.
Jay, conservative line here.
Yeah, well, his bowl got turned over by Mark, so yeah, he was guaranteed the shot.
Well, I hope that Mark's not deterred by that and loses a bit of confidence. I'm sure it won't. It does mean Jay jumps to a double the score of Mark. Well, Jason, you just went out for a roll-up and experienced how good these greens are. Did hear Benny put a couple in the ditch in your roll-up?
Yeah, just went out to stretch my legs, get a little break from the commentary, so it was good. Just a quick 6 to 8 ends just to stretch the legs, and had a bit of a game against Benny and put a couple in the ditch. Unfortunately, it was a side ditch. Couple of wrong biases there by Benny Kay there was. So we're on rink 8 here, which is basically right next to, it's the green right next to this one. Yeah, side ditched at Benny. There's quite a few people watching him too. It's a shame the cameras weren't on it. Would have been great to commentate that shot.
He's got to put a couple of dollars in the fine tin, I think.
Yeah. And not only did he put that one in the side ditch, he did another one and it nearly fell in. Didn't quite fall in the side ditch, so he did 2.
Underweight, was it?
Yeah, underweight, exactly.
Well, Jay, a little bit through with his opener. And Mark's, well, he's capitalised. He's got shot. That one's just a little wider. I think it's not counting. I think Mark's still holding 1 with the bowl on the centre line. He's got to play the backhand now.
Yeah, definitely.
Glenn just indicating how far short they were and saying, pretty sure he confirmed that it's 1. So you may hear in the background an announcement on the microphone. It's Lee on the microphone updating who's going to be playing here tomorrow in the remainder of the singles finals, because we're 1 session ahead now, having played 3 rounds yesterday. So we have 3 singles games here tomorrow, and we were due to stream the men's senior singles final. Anyway, we should switch to the women's, because we don't want to stream Shippo, do we?
Oh, is it Shippo in the senior singles final?
He's flummed his way in.
Well, we could have some fun with that tomorrow.
I could get myself in awful trouble, though.
No, congratulations to Warren Shipley. In the seniors ranks now, and straight away he's gained a bit of success. So wish Shippo all the best.
Mark trying to rip that bowl out. It's just a bit narrow. He'll take on Robbie Warren.
Oh.
So that promises to be a pretty good game. Maylene Reynolds, she's through. In the reserves, Vicky Turner in the seniors. We're back to the turnaround. So we see Robbie Warren defeated Gary Corey. In its reserve, I think it's Steve Smith. Wendy Clark of Ballina takes on Vicky. Shippo takes on Robbie Warren. And that's been through. I think I might actually remove that graphic now.
Okay. Jay a bit tentative with this one. just missed his line more than anything.
Yeah, the weight
So,
probably not quite enough.
not sure if he's 1 or 2 down here. It might only be the 1 down.
Well,
Soon find out.
I think you probably shouldn't be too attacking here. This goes wrong and you roll the white onto the jack and don't hang around. You'd be 3 down.
Yeah, early in the game, if he is 2, he's really probably trying to draw for the second wood, just to cut that count down, manage the score.
Oh, they're both narrow on that side of the green. Both played mostly the other, so I think it's only 1. But we will find out officially when the players get down there and declare the head.
Yeah. So, Claire, you've been here for a few days now, is that correct?
Came over yesterday morning
Yep.
to Mark, and we'll head home this afternoon.
Heading home this afternoon, and where's home?
Coonabarabran, so about an hour and a half northwest of here.
Brilliant. I was there the other day myself. I actually went and saw that club. I did in my role as CSM, so yeah, hour and a half drive home this afternoon. Hey, back to work tomorrow.
Back to work tomorrow.
Get it.
Yeah, back to the grind.
Cooking dinner tonight.
Oh, look. Who knows at this stage? It might be a chance of some takeaway.
Sunday roast special here on Sundays, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, but obviously out in these remote roads, you want to get home before the dark, before the sun sets.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I've got a big rhubarb,
Okay.
but still not a pleasant thing. if
No,
you hit
obviously
one.
not. Obviously not.
What do you get to protect the back of a vehicle, mate?
Yes, Andrew Lynn's had an unfortunate incident. Was that on your way here?
On my way here, I stopped, but the small bus behind me with the big bull bar didn't.
Yep.
Bang. They make an awful noise when they hit the back of an eye-load.
Yeah, so some repair work to do for Andrew when he gets home.
Yeah, both ends after I was pushed into the car in front of me.
Jay has good weight for his first bowl. It's not too far off the jack.
Bit of a hive of activity outside, hey? All right, Claire's leaving us now. She needs to get on the road. We thank Claire for her input here on the live stream and look forward to seeing her again in 2 years' time on here.
Well, very big thanks to Claire. It's nice to have someone with some real knowledge in commentary for a while.
Sure is.
It's also nice to see a young lady who came through our junior ranks who's still such a wonderful person.
Yeah, and still getting involved in the game volunteer-wise, you know, helping the club out, marking. It's great to see that.
Well, fairly well pointed from Mark, but he's just not quite firing at the same level he was. Jay, 2 very good bowls. The good news for Mark is he hasn't smothered the jack yet. And, well, Jay's left this one just a fraction short. I think that one won't count. Mark needs to get one right down to the jack this end now. He's close. Just going to fade across. The weight was close. I think with the perfect grass, he may well have got shot with that bowl. Decision for Jay Breust now. Does he switch or not? Don't think that bowl's actually in his way. He can stick with the hand he's already played right down to the jack. More clear air or his own to hit. If he doesn't hit the green one, I just think it'll push his own closer and not do any damage. He is sticking with that forehand side. This one a lot narrower than his previous delivery. But he's got a little bit cautious with this one. Sits right on the centre line. Mark, do fancy he's still a couple down. Tough ask now. Needs to get one in. Could go out to a 6-1 lead, Jay Breust. If this bowl doesn't come right in, looks a good line.
It's a very good line.
Wants the jack.
He's got it.
The jack. Ran through.
That's an excellent bowl by Mark. Staring down the barrel of 6-1 down. Much needed. Trails the jack perfectly and gets himself one. So keeps the game nice and tight early on. 4-2 now.
Oh, I'll give him credit for intentionally being up to the head.
Yeah, there was a couple of little gaps there, wasn't there? So he's executed it very well. And these greens are chock-a-block full, Andrew, every roll-up's happening everywhere. There's some stars out on the green rolling up. We see Australian coach Gary Willis and Cabramatta Bull Ants team, as well as the assistant coach Karen Murphy and the ladies' side.
Yep.
Out here getting a feel for the conditions, ready for tomorrow afternoon. Kicks off after lunch. Round 1 of the 4s.
We will be bringing you coverage of the men's senior singles final tomorrow. And we'll have regular updates on the other two, which will be played right next door. Although I'd be quite excited to stream Wendy Clark and Vicky as well. But we have promised the senior men, so we will deliver that. You never know, if Robbie smashes Shippo real quick, we might be able to shift the cameras across and get the rest of the adjacent game.
Oh, that'd be an option. No, we do wish Shippo all the best. Don't worry about that, but he's good to have fun with, obviously.
Well, there'll be a whole host of people in Newcastle watching on and counting every little mistake he makes so that when he gets back to the club, that's a fine.
It'll be tough. I did get to see a bit of Robbie yesterday myself when I was over at North Dubbo Sporties, and
very close game against your Yamba man.
Yes, it was 25-24, but Robbie's shot selection and timing of and when he needed a big shot was just impeccable. Even apparently this morning's game, the third round, he was down 24-22.
Wow.
He had to kill 3 ends. This is the report that I got. He killed 3 ends in a row to keep himself in the game. And on the next end after that, he drew 3 shots to win again, 25-24. So he's had to work really, really hard, but he's obviously shown his class and ability to get there and do that. So that was against...
and Robbie is dynamic with the big weighted shots.
I watched his drives, his on shots yesterday. Well...
good bowl from Mark. Turns another one up to make a couple.
They were aggressive, I must say, and up there with some of the heaviest shots you would see in the game.
I've had the misfortune to be on the other end of Robbie's wax. Played a couple of games against him in a few tournaments down my way. And if you have anything close and you haven't got the back covered, down comes the rumble and bang, you're in trouble.
He's a very tall man, so he does get a really big...
He's got the big levers behind them.
He does, yeah. He'd be 6'2", 6'3".
He's taller than me. Plenty of speed.
Some comparison.
When he lets him go when he wants to.
And accurate too.
Well, Jay, backhand. He's got his own bowl on the way in. Can afford to reach, turn his own, sit the shot. It's already counts, so it doesn't matter if he runs into it.
That gets it through.
Has he run through enough? He's got rid of one. Well, he may have just managed to squeeze enough out of that. Well, he's picking the jack up, so it's still 1 to Mark. Well, Mark, not going to let him run away with this. Consecutive ends to get it back to 1 shot the difference.
This is what Mark did this morning with Hayden. Just kept bowls in an area, kept the pressure on, and basically kept asking questions of his opposition. He did this morning, and obviously got a good win against Hayden this morning. So we're seeing a bit of a repeat of his game.
Well, singles is not necessarily a sprint.
Oh, most definitely. It's the first to 25 shots. It doesn't matter how long it takes you to get there. As long as you get there before your opposition does. A great opening bowl.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, the nerves might have just worn off and a little bit of confidence there, just settling into the natural rhythm. Jay, secret here is don't worry about getting shot with your first one. Give it a chance to get there, but make sure if you miss, you're going to miss just that little bit long, and that is a near perfect answer. He's got one just in behind. He's saying, well, you might have played one really good one. If you want another, you've got to play a near perfect, and don't bump your own, because if you do, I'm there with the old Rhino trap shot.
Yeah, it's just a good example for any leads out there. If your opposition leads plonking them right on like that, you don't have to run at it and try and peel it off straight away. Set it up, get another one close, and look at what he's just opened it up.
Well, that's a very good bad ball.
Exactly.
But he's got 2, and Jay has to beat it. We might see a little bit of a rumble from Jay now.
We are. He just dived under. I think if he hits with that weight, we're up for a kill.
Yeah, look, I wouldn't bother going to the back now. I'd try and draw. I would try and draw just a fraction heavier than in my previous. I'd try and draw to beat Jay's bowl.
Put some number pressure on him.
Yes. Say, well, you're going to drive and you're going to miss. I'm going to get 4.
And look, he's listened to you, Andrew. What an amazing bowl.
That is spectacular. And will Jay go big again? He's probably committed to it.
I think he might be.
Then again, these guys, they back themselves 3 times. Probably going to hit one of them. Better grass. This is close.
This is close.
Smack, smack.
Oh, what a result. Jay Breust.
Gone the thump, got the right smack, and out comes the jack. 1 shot. That one goes to the highlight reel, mate.
Oh, most definitely. There's a couple of results he could have got there. I didn't see that one.
Oh, always a chance when you're ripping him into the head.
Yeah, most definitely.
And Mark Wheatley.
I'll tell you what.
Oh, you rip it out, I'll put it back.
Oh,
Not quite.
So,
Well,
Jay, just with two aggressive shots, we'll be wanting to come back to the draw here.
well, he's holding one.
This is a skill that a lot of our elite players do practice a lot. The aggressive shot back to the dead draw. And Jay, has he run up enough? I think he has. Wow. Massive applause there. That's really, really good bowling.
Even got applause from the commentary box.
Yeah, Andrew was clapping. 2 shots.
That was magnificent bowling from both players. Mark probably a little bit unlucky with his last bowl of the end, but Jay, a good rumble, but equally good, magnificent draw shot to finish the end. Jumps out to a 6-3 lead. I think with singles, the important thing is to try and just get on a little bit of a run, get an advantage over your opponent, and then make sure that they don't get on a run back at you.
Yeah, exactly. Or, also, if they are on a run, it's really important to limit the damage.
Too many times I've seen people have 2 or 3 drives to finish with when there's no real result on.
Yeah, sometimes that's a lot of frustration, but if your opposition's on a run, try and get that second shot. Great bowl, Mark Wheatley. Try and get that second shot. Get that second shot. Don't go drop, because if they get on a run at 3 or 4 ends and you drop a multiples in a game at first to 25.
I will put an exception on that. I've seen Teasy go bang, 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 and hit.
There you go.
The important thing is if you're going to run, you've got to hit.
Yep.
You have to limit the damage, whether that's take 2 or 3 of theirs out with a big rumble up through the head or to cut them down with a draw. And Mark's just put Jay off a little bit there, drops a metre or so short. Well, is this going to hold its line long enough? Just under the head, doesn't count. Don't know if it'll even force. No, it has made Jade just decide to go backhand. That bowl of Marks is just about Jack. It's just behind Jack High, I think. But he's he's not capitalising on his previous end so far.
So just looking at a couple of comments, Andrew, you'd probably know more about this than myself. Nathan Bazant just puts a comment in there. Just wondering if anyone's seen 0 bowls left on a green after an aggressive shot.
Yes.
There you go.
Once. I've seen it once. I saw a skip, second last bowl of the head, and a skip. Instruction was keep it on the green. You'll count it. That's one of the ways you can have a tight end.
How about after the 8th bowl?
8? No.
Obviously, if there's no bowls left on the green after it, and after the end's completed, it would be a tight end.
I have seen a lot of bowls in the ditch on a green that was flying. Jack near the tee, it was on the tee, because it got respotted there. It was thrown in the ditch twice. I did see a first end of a gala day, 8 rinks on a green, and have you ever seen 8 jacks smack into the ditch wall at the same time?
Never.
The green was absolutely flying, and a club not known for having fast greens. Will he one to Mark again?
So Mark doing well here, staying in touch with Jay.
Importantly, though, after dropping an end, he fought back and won an end. I always feel that in singles, you want to just win consecutive ends. Just put that little seed in your opponent's mind that you're coming to get them.
I don't know if you can hear through the microphones, but there's a very good crowd in the club at the moment. Obviously all the 4s coming in. We have 32 teams of 4s competing here tomorrow. That's 128 players, obviously, and that doesn't include supporters and everything. So, busy club, plus the singles that are still here and supporters of those. So,
congratulations, you're working that out. Still got your shoes on as well. He's obviously done mental arithmetic. Very good. not just a pretty face. Oh, advantage Mark after one bowl each. There's some talent here tomorrow as well. And we'll open up the live stream tomorrow morning with the men's senior singles. I can't remember which fours game we're doing first off the top of my head.
No, I'm not sure either.
The only reason I know it's Sunday is because somebody told me. You know, continuous streak for us, so got to remember what day it is. It's singles finals day.
Yeah.
Well, Jay Breust, I think he's still one down. I think that's just snuck through a little bit. Mark.
Opportunity here for Mark. I reckon he'd really like to trail this jack now, Andrew. If he could tuck it around the corner. Might put a little bit of pressure on Jay here.
Well, he got the advantage too. Mark he's got the two Jay Breust bowls he can sit on if he's a little bit past. But if he grabs hold and that's it's very good, but
target's a little bit bigger now.
Jay Breust can pick his weight here.
Yep.
I think I would be just trying to reach. And the pet fly just landing on the lips, not real nice. Jay may go fairly big though. Well, it's not huge, and he's going inside out.
Yeah, so
trying to get the two of them. He's got the two of them.
Great bowl, Jay Breust. He's really enjoying the running shot on that hand that's turning, isn't he? That's twice now we've seen him play down that side.
Yeah, well,
on the weighted shots.
And he was deliberately narrow, knowing that if it held a little, he's got the jack straight back. Mark now, having played his last draw on that hand, he's only got to repeat the dose of his last bowl, and he's not far away. Well, I think he may have just done enough. Jay got one bullet left in the gun, asking, what's the position?
Wow.
He's going to go and have a look. If he's one down, I think we'll see a run.
Mark's bowl just flopped down. It was sitting up. So that could change a lot.
If Mark's holding, I think we'll see the run again, because there is one white bowl at the back of the rink. Well, there's one green bowl at the back of the rink too, but it's sitting up near the scoreboard, so it's not in play.
I think even if Mark's holding, I think Jay might maybe not as much weight, but still look for the green shot bowl and stay. More that sit and stay weight.
I think if Jay is holding, he'll draw.
Yeah.
He's behind Jack. Doesn't want to risk feathering the jack across. That's the thing. If that bowl didn't turn and he got the faintest nick and it goes across 2 or 3 feet to the right, disaster.
Yep. So
we will see one paddle held up by our magnificent marker Glenn Morrison. That's 1 to Jay Breust. Jack to the tee, and the mat's quite a way up the green. And Jay, well, that reaction.
He doesn't like it, so.
He's under the weight, that's why.
So Mark with an opportunity to put some pressure on straight away here. He's just got to run up to the jack now, and he has. Mark Wheatley. Excellent bowling there. Jay being able to dictate the length and not getting on with his first, and Mark has jumped all over it straight away. I think Jay's underdone here too. You see them constantly pulling across there. If you're a bowl under your line...
Still be holding 2 against you guys on most ends I saw you play.
2 weeks without a bowl in my hand. Give me a break, mate.
The lesson here is don't roll up on the one straight outside the window. Go over to the other green.
That was Benny, not me.
Well, Mark holding 2. Jay now. Backhand draw. Just got to play with some confidence and make sure you reach. Short with the first 2.
I think he's under the light grass again.
Well,
so Mark can
hard
really
to tell with that little feather he got.
Mark can really put some pressure on here. Draws a third.
I actually think Mark should be very positive with this draw. Any little change to that head could be very positive. Just doesn't want to make a big fat target.
Gets the inside of his would be good. Turn it over.
Well, it's good enough to count.
It's 3 shots, so it's number pressure. Back on Jay. He's got a decision here.
Well, we could see a big strike on the forehand side. They're all 3 count. There's a chance if he gets the outside one, it would cannon on and kill. Chance if he comes underneath and hits the jack, it'll kill.
He's lining up here with...
And any contact on any bowl is going to make it better, and it is. Big weight.
How's it going to...
Got 2 of them.
Very good result by Jay. Got 2 out, 3 down.
But plenty of room for Mark to add another. And these are the ones you really have to make count. These are the bowls that win you a singles game.
And look at that.
Perfect.
Mark Wheatley, a brilliant end. Jay had to have a run and get a few out. He was 3 down. He got 2 of the bowls out, but Mark was good enough to make his last count and get the 2. So
back to within 1 shot.
Seeing some very, very consistent bowling here from Mark.
Well, they've played well enough that neither's looked outstanding.
True.
But there's been some very good bowls played, and you've had to have a pretty good bowl to count on nearly every end. Oh, has he got the speed?
That's the question.
It's not far away. It's a decent start.
About a mat length.
Yeah, probably a bit more than that, actually.
So Jay's on a good line here. Just needs to run right up to the jack now, which he has. Oh, he
got a little edge.
feather.
That one's the shot. I don't think Mark will be overly happy with his opening bowl, dropping it that far short. I mean, we're talking 50, 60 centimetres.
Yep. So just a little adjustment here of weight.
Just missed the button on the mouse there.
We saw the end of it. It's all good.
Yeah, well, he's just a bit tight. The weight was pretty good.
Jay looking to repeat his first.
I don't think he might even be the same weight and half a bowl narrower. Only half a bowl, not 2 bowls. Oh, he's just going to turn down off that. I think that may have snuck in for second. Does give Mark the opportunity now to play a little bit over. Nothing more than a draw, but to draw to 2 feet behind at most.
Yep.
Crunch on your own.
If he misses his own, he gets...
Oh, he's got 2.
He has got 2. If he had a missed, he would have sat the back Jay Bruce bowl, but he's got it nicely.
Should he be scared? He's actually played the shot I called. Jay Breust, bowl jack high, just needs to come in, flop inside that one.
We've seen him coming home from out there. It's all weight dependent.
And it's
turn harder now. He has
very good.
One shot here to Jay.
Well, I keep hitting replay, not even getting to show them. The head's changing every end. Neither of these guys are really mucking around either, getting on with the game quickly. Good to see.
Marker indicated it's 1 down. So, does Mark think he can draw this, or do we see him just playing at metre through here? Well, a lot more than a metre through with that line. He's played this pretty good. If he gets the... he's back cut it.
Hasn't killed it.
Somewhat unfortunate. Still could be 1 to Jay. Just not quite sure. Yeah. So that back Jay Bruce bowl will be shot.
And he's got 2.5 metres to draw another.
But, as we know, can sometimes be the hardest shots to get. But, well done, Jay. Plenty of room. Drew it in. 2 shots.
Yeah, didn't try to do anything too spectacular there.
So many people try to draw to the jack there, and sometimes...
Finish out of bounds.
Yeah.
Had a fella have a run at my bowls once, got the jack, kicked it out the side. I was still holding 4. And I drew to the centre line when my previous bowl finished. He said, that wasn't much of a bowl, was it? I said, did it count?
That's all you need to do. You need to beat their closest, isn't it?
Exactly.
It's not always about jetting on the jack.
Well, another thing is if the jack's near the boundary line and you touch it and knock it out and you're holding 4, you've just done yourself out of 5 shots.
Most definitely.
Potentially more if you lose the replay. Same with drawing to the ditch. If you've got 2.5 metres to draw the ditch, just draw to get past the tee, split the tee and the ditch.
Yeah.
You can't draw a toucher with the jacks in the ditch, so don't try.
Mark Wheatley down well here, got the jack away, so that's good starter.
Chris McCauley, who used to play for New South Wales, name from a little bit of a blast from the past, always said if the jack was in the ditch, he just tried to draw through the tee, just through the tee. And the reasoning was that often there's a lot of traffic in that last little 2 metres of the green that's a bit quicker. Once you get past the tee, you'll almost always count with a jack in the ditch. Unless it started on the tee, of course.
Yep, obviously that's where... That area is where we're all standing, so there's generally that little bit more firmness.
Oh, Mark missed his line there. I don't even know if that ball's actually come in.
Sure if it's come in. Nah, they've called it out of bounds. So.
Might have just a little bit of adrenaline. Didn't get that completely under control. That is an impressive lens in the background on that camera. It's the guy from the Dubbo Photo News. Fantastic coverage in the local media here, especially in the local newspaper. 2 full pages in the last edition, covering the mixed pairs and the triples.
Yeah, getting some great exposure, not only for the venue, but just for our sport in general.
And would you like to tell us what radio station was here yesterday? Triple M.
Mark just wants to get up here, get a second shot. I think he has. Yep.
Yeah, he's got a second.
True there. So,
and it's not an outstanding head, but it looked very ugly from the mat.
yeah, most definitely. Jay's been trying to draw down through these white bowls and to that back green bowl. See how he goes this time.
Plenty of people out having a little bit of a roll up this afternoon. They've got about 3/4 of an hour left of the greens being open here at Club Dubbo, the home of the West Dubbo Roos.
Don't know. He needs an edge off of that. He's got the edge.
A little bit fortunate.
But good weight.
But your luck starts when you reach the head.
Sure does.
Although the albatross says to me, if it wasn't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all.
Okay. Mark gets a tap on that front bowl.
Needs it flush. Got it.
Has.
Good enough, I think.
Looks like the marker's pretty confident that it's just the one. Yep, one it is. So Mark just fighting back again. 9-8 now, only one shot difference.
No, I think you've just given it. Oh no, it's up. No, it's 9-7, mate. I was too quick for you with the board.
Oh.
You made me think if I'd missed one.
Oh. Sorry everyone for doubting Andrew Lynn.
I doubted myself, so that's okay. And for all of Benny's fans who are missing him, he'll be back in the morning. I just stepped in because I know it can be very taxing to do 4 games continuously, twiddling the knobs and pressing the buttons to get the cameras right.
Yeah, I must say, Andrew, I've got a real appreciation for the job you guys do in this couple of weeks. I've sat in this seat quite a fair bit myself now and understand probably more the mentally taxing nature of it. So I've got a real appreciation for the work you guys do, what you need to go through and to deliver the broadcast, but we all enjoy doing it anyway.
I've got to say, I actually find it a lot harder to sit in that chair and not have control of the cameras because I'm used to doing this sort of thing from the past few years.
Andrew likes the control, yes. I'm quite happy to sit here.
Oh, no, I just feel like my hands are lost because I'm... Same as when the camera went down, I just had to not go and click anything. It's muscle memory.
Got the jack. Great bowl there.
Well, very effective bowl. Be holding 2. You'd expect Mark to be able to draw at least second shot here. I think he'd be very disappointed if he doesn't draw second at least.
So, surprised he come down this hand, but he obviously is feeling confident down here, Andrew.
Oh, he's played 2 there. I think he'd reckon he could get through that gap.
That's what I was...
He's got, but he's also got the chance to rub off his own.
Tit for tat, can we say?
Well, I actually think that was a bad bowl. He misses that one, he's going to crash into either one of Jay's. He's given himself a chance. And he's also known that if he hits that, he's got the chance to run in, hits it on the side, can push it in.
Yeah, and we saw something similar with a bowl of Jay's previous end, so...
Perhaps has got a little bit of a good result, but he's given himself the chance to get it.
Jay just needs to run up here because we know it will hook at the end.
Oh, it's tight.
Just hasn't quite got it. But you know
Good
what? He's got
thing
3 second woods.
That's one lonely little green petunia there.
So Mark will be very aware of that and really wanting to get this one. If he doesn't get the 2, he'd be wanting at least third wood with this.
He would also be well aware that Jay doesn't mind using a bit of speed on his deliveries. And if you give him the opportunity to rip that one out for 3, he'll more than likely try and take it. But, well,
He's done pretty well there.
if it's not second, it's third, I think. But there is a chance. Jay can get both of those. Go inside out, backhand. Get the feather off the inside, come back. Or will he? I don't think that. I think that's blocked the forehand.
Well, we're about to be graced with the presence of the one and only Lee Stenson. Welcome, Lee.
Thanks, Jace. Andrew. We're coming to a quick stint during the final.
Have you recovered from last night yet, mate? I've recovered from Friday night and watching my poor hapless footy team get belted.
Jay Breust going to gap it.
He jumps him on his own. Well, he could be 2 down now.
Definitely 2 now.
Yeah.
I think it might have been 2 before that. So, but we've got a new leader.
No, we don't.
No.
9 all. Hang on, everybody. Is Andrew Lynn wrong?
Just waiting for confirmation on the rink scoreboard.
Well, it's the same leader we had on the first end.
9 apiece.
It's 9 apiece.
Yeah. So we got a new leader. None.
Good spin, good spin.
Just throw that out there for you.
How's the crowd in the club there, Lee? I've seen you getting around a little bit.
Yeah, it's really good. Plenty of people out watching on the glass window, sort of facing the green, just behind where the jack is there at the moment. Plenty of people there. A few down rink side, both sides of the green, and in behind the rink as well. The other 2 greens are nearly full at the moment as well, with people here practicing for fours competition starting tomorrow afternoon. And others that have done their practice just looking at their hydration in preparation for tomorrow as well.
I thought there was a queue to get into the commentary box tomorrow morning. Everyone looking for their chance to bag Shippo.
There might be a few Newcastle comments tomorrow, no doubt, with Warren, but no, tremendous effort.
I'm wondering if
from
we
Warren.
need
He
to...
lost his first game yesterday, so to come back through and have a couple of comprehensive wins, some class players, Kevin Robinson, Bernie Melville, Greg Brims, so must be in pretty good form. He's Shippo at the moment.
Good start there, Jay Breust.
And he'll take on Robbie Warren from Taraji. Robbie battled through a couple of games in sectional play, won 2 matches 25-24, and then had a win in his semi-final this afternoon against Gary Corey from Cabramatta. It should be a really good game. Both guys will come across from a different venue to where they've been playing matches, so neither of them have played here, so no advantage to either player.
You might just have to get someone on the socials tomorrow for that game just to do the replies, because I think they'll be busy.
Yeah, a couple of good ones here from Jay to open up. I've seen Mark Wheatley play about 18 or 20 Ensdale, I think, and I think they're his worst 2 bowls by absolute mile. His draw game has been first class. Haven't had to see him play many weighted shots. He's never really been down that many.
No, he had one earlier, didn't he, Andrew?
He did.
He's got to push up here. Might have snuck second wood.
Yeah, second shot, that one. It's the one now to Jay.
I think Jay's more likely to play the aggressive shots. He has played a couple with a little bit of weight. No, Mark has, but...
Cracking line here again, Jay Breust.
It is. It's just weight dependent now.
Just waiting.
Just past. That'll count. That's 2.
Get right in behind and don't leave a ledge for him to see up the other end. So
Spot on with his weight, wasn't he, Mark, last end? Same weight, higher line. Got that back one. Maybe just half a bowl outside centre. That's his target bowl. Get to that one. He's a chance. Collect the jack on the way through. Definitely wide up.
Line's really good here.
He's carrying a bit of pace. What's he going to get? Just an edge off the front.
Oh,
Wow.
no, he's got the jack, and he's
Oh,
still one down.
Gave it a chance. So, good shot. Not quite the result he was after. Thought he was just going to touch the
but he
front
was-
and get nothing, but
he was 2 or 3, maybe 3 down there. 2 probably, 2 definitely. So pretty good result for him.
And he's played a couple of those just to 2 or 3 feet, but none really ditch weighted. Maybe one.
the longer we go on to this narrower side, that one that Mark just played, just getting fractionally more turn. The longer this event goes on and the drier the conditions get after the downpour we had a few days ago.
So that's a bit of new area out there. So I wonder if Jay will get up.
Oh, it's going to be close.
Close.
He's just run out of steam.
He's just had to run out into an area where bowls sort of don't go too often, needing that extra grass. So can generally tend to take that little bit of weight off.
Tis one.
Jay, first man to double figures. New leader then, Jason.
We finally have a new leader. Andrew.
Not in the tipping comp. Definitely not the leader in the tipping comp.
As Jay shortens the mat right up here. How did your practice session end up over there, Jason? You're having a battle with Benny Two Shoes?
Yeah, it wasn't really much. It was more a stretch of the legs for me, mate. But, yeah, it was good to get out there on the green, stretch the legs, put a few down. They were a bit wayward early on, don't worry. 2 weeks, nearly 3 weeks without a bowl in my hand. But Benny played...
It showed.
Benny played a few with reverse swing, I heard too.
Oh, mate, Benny got the ditch a few times, a few ditch shots, and one in particular was a side ditch, unfortunately.
Started by Jay.
He nearly had 2 in the side ditch, but he was a bit short on weight with the second one, so it just stayed off the edge of the side ditch.
You're in the middle of the green too, Les.
It was just a good bit of fun just to stretch the legs and get ready for this last round today.
Mark's got inside there. That'll be one to Mark if the head stands.
Both drawing well up this side of the green, same side that Dawn Heyman stuck to throughout the ladies' final a couple of hours ago. Our team going through the history books now of ladies' championships to see where this event is ranked in the history of New South Wales Championship. I mean, 3 titles, as well as the mixed pairs for a 4th. It was a huge effort.
Do know that Tash Van Eldick won all 4 a few years ago.
How's Mark's weight here? Because he's on a really good line.
It's not far off. Oh, he's...
Well, here
Wow.
comes one of these weighted shots, no doubt. Bowls or jack. Jay lining up. On his forehand, this is close. Good bowl then jack. Run right into the ditch on it.
Real controlled
wow.
weight.
So it's just going to hold to touch the bowl and run right up. That's going to finish about a metre, or maybe just over a metre away.
So we have noticed Jay has preferred that wider side with his weighted shot so far, and he's executed them really, really well.
I think it's probably a good play on this particular rink as it plays this afternoon.
A lot of times you find that you're more reliable to go on the wider side because you know it's going to turn. Whereas on the narrow hand, if you play a weighted shot, often it will hold its line for a bit longer, or once it starts to go, really goes and you miss. It's just that little bit more reliable to bank on it turning.
So Mark just dropping a little bit short there, so Jay will be wanting to just get past that pack, put that pressure on, and he has.
Well, that's good enough.
Sure is.
And again, is forcing Mark to draw to the ditch.
The bowl that his shot will be the one in the ditch. It will be a little bit closer than what Jay's last one is. If Mark beats the last one, he'll be close. If he beats it by about half a metre, he'll be shot.
We're looking
The
down
ball in
the
the
green.
ditch is about 75 centimetres to the right of the number, rink number. And this will be second shot, at least.
Well, that's close.
That is close.
That's exceptionally close for shot. Guys will come up and have a look. Well, and it is Mark. He's done enough. As we said, had to beat that bowl by sort of half a metre, and he's done that. So once again, we've got a new leader.
Great call, Lee Stinson.
No leader. Same person who led before we started.
10 apiece. Hey guys, time to jump off the fence. Jason, who is your pick?
I said it this morning earlier, even before we got in the cars to come here. I picked Jay Breust, I did. He's had some really good results over the last couple of years, champion pairs. He's been predominant down in his area, winning a lot. I knew he was playing Razor this morning. I just like his confidence.
I was the same.
I like his confidence.
I spoke to a few people at other venues this morning. I picked him out of the four guys as well. We're on the same wavelength there. What about you, Andrew? 10 all. Did you have a pick before the game, and has it changed?
Well, I just thought Jay had the big game experience. And, well, I went on which one I knew the name of better.
Yeah, well.
A bit like picking horses of a Saturday. You know the name. Pick up names.
No, I don't know any of their names, sorry.
Mark, pretty well credentialed player. Hasn't probably had the state championship experience that Jay's had. Played Mark quite a few times in tournament events, Sydney and the Central Coast sort of area over the last 10 or 12 years. So, very good player is Mark.
Well, people are going to know his name after this because you have a look at his section. You had Jesse Nerona, you had Mick Cronin. He's come through that, beat Hayden Boykowski this morning, so he's beaten three well-known players.
Yeah, that's right. Big effort to this point, and I saw about the last 8 ends of his semi-final against Hayden this morning, and Mark was unbelievably good. It was an exceptional display, those last few ends. Hayden admitted that he didn't play as well as he'd like to, but Mark really had him under pressure every end.
Yeah, well, I don't recall seeing Mark's name in any state championship events, and playing with Wyong, I'm pretty sure they haven't featured in state pennant finals in the top grade.
Yeah, he's been at a few different clubs, I think, in the Central Coast. I'm sure Mark was at Avoca for some point in time. He's been at Edelong. People will let us know in the comments, but yeah, I said very tough player to beat any time that I've run into Mark. So it is Wheatley holding one, backhand, trying to count just in front of these white bowls. Down a nice line, but he hasn't sent it. So Jay with a chance. Don't get many of these opportunities in a game to make a 4. One's presented itself at the moment.
In the context of this game, would be huge.
10 all, 1 down. Well, this is firm. He's going for the bowl. Trying to make the 4. Just pushed it out wide. So Mark forges ahead, 11-10.
So that's a missed opportunity.
Pick the shot he was most confident with. Can't argue with that. Have to play what you see. Mark's last one dropping short. He took the opportunity to try and remove the shot bowl. Great atmosphere here at Club Dubbo. We thank you. No doubt many of our viewers have been with us all day. This is our 4th singles match we've shown. Started off with our ladies singles semi-final. Straight into the men's. A fantastic women's final with St John's Park's Dawn Heyman getting the better of Sarah Boddington from Foster. And as we get past 5 p.m. local time, still bringing you some fantastic action. Mark forced into a change of hand. Just missing the line at first effort. Jay working up through his own. Doesn't want to open this side of the rink back up again. He's got it nicely right up alongside the jack. Very tricky still for Mark to be able to make shot on his backhand. That's where he's going to, though. This stage, he'll be happy to get a nice second. Just carrying a little bit of pace. Goes through, so no doubt Jay holding 2. He's thinking long and hard about where he positions his third bowl. Mark's had 1 attempt on the backhand, 1 on the forehand. Jay's going to switch over himself. Chance to count and cover. Just inside that black line. Would be ideal. Has he got the pace? He doesn't. I'm sure that side of the rink a little bit slower. Mark's been up to assess the situation. 2 down. Currently leads 11 shots to 10 in the race to 25. Once again on the backhand, just looking to correct his weight. Not sure this is going to get past his own. It's underneath, so opportunity here for Jay. Be back to the other side of the rink for him.
Yeah, drawing for 3 here. First real big multiple in the game. Won't want contact on the shot bowl, obviously. So
on a high line, his weight's right. This is in.
Yep.
This has to cross that black line with good weight.
It's just got to.
It's getting 3.
I think it has.
Yeah, it's on the card. 13-11. Breust back in control now. Where's he going to go? It's the short mat again. So we'll just move that camera back for you. You'll be able to see where that jack's ended up. As Jay's first one comes down to the tee. Thirteen, 11.
Okay, so Mark not quite reaching there.
Jay to turn over now himself.
Yeah, that forehand's really shut off there. We know it's that slightly tighter hand, not quite pulling back like the backhand. So, yeah, Jay's not happy with himself there.
Well,
See the opportunity of really jumping on that hand and he's missed it, but
I haven't got a timer on it, but I am prepared to make the call that side of the rink a second half or 2 seconds slower. The one that Mark's just played now. I know that from history of this event, this club, over the years, a number of games here.
well,
Mark's corrected his weight. May not quite be enough for shot. Pretty sure the winning bowl on this end yet to be played. Jay,
this is a
on that
better
wider line.
Yeah, better line. Has he got the run up though?
Just better than his other. As we see the light bulb go off in the room here.
It's getting warm. The steam's building up in here.
Mark with a choice. I know some players there, Jace, that would look at that and just think jack in the ditch or get a couple of bowls.
Yeah, but well,
Not sure if Mark's that player.
he's lining
Let's
up on
have a
that
look.
forehand. So
Well, he is.
first real aggressive shot we've seen from Mark.
Well, both bowls are on here.
He's
And
got it beautifully.
Very good shot.
Very good shot.
Made three. Obviously a bowl left each. Toucher in the ditch. About 1.2 metres away. You see where our marker just put the chalk spray on that bowl.
Yeah, so room for Jay to draw here. Can draw the shot. But will
Tough one though, he can't go in. Needs to... Well, I think Jayce's got to get past the tee. That's his aim, get past the
Yeah.
tee. Cut some out, get at least second.
Oh, it's
line.
turning early.
Inside line, how much speed have you got, Jay?
Well, he's
Oh,
cut.
that's third shot.
Yeah, he's cut one out, but
Two to Mark. Great aggressive shot. We wondered if he was going to attempt it. It looked good from our position. He took up that opportunity and now gets the chance to go back in front himself.
yeah, well, he dropping a three previously. Chance to get that back here.
Stroked it well out on a wider line to what Jay's previous one was.
Just on his run now.
Well, it's pulling up rather quickly.
It is.
It's done enough though. That's three shots. Putting on the card.
Lee likes it, eh?
14,
Yeah, well, he's
13.
taken it out, yep. I was just wondering what the angle was like, but Jay was there, saw it well.
Back me sometimes, Jace.
Yes. I'm learning, Lee, I'm learning.
Plenty of events coming up. Bowls New South Wales. Action doesn't stop after today. Just a reminder, if you're joining us tomorrow morning, 9:30am, our state men's senior singles final. Robbie Warren from Taroji to play Warren Shipley from Soldiers Point. And then from 1 p.m. will be round 1 of 4's action. We'll play right through to a conclusion on Wednesday afternoon.
So, quite a noticeable difference in jack length here for Mark.
Really shorten it up. Matt back. Jack up near the front part of the line.
Well, I thought Jay was really wide there because that hand has been holding, but obviously as it's drying out, we're just getting that little bit of extra turn now. It's not
much breeze, but that's against the breeze too. That's coming in.
Yep, so that's been about the line that they're at.
So Mark Wheatley, what a correction.
That is absolutely brilliant.
Poked his first one up on the forehand side. He hasn't been down there and turned back to his favoured backhand.
Okay, so Jay, he's just out that little bit. Don't know if he'll pull all the way back. Well, here it comes. It is. So I'm wrong again. They're starting to pull from that side. Just his weight beat him there, but this is the line I like for this. Mark can get a turn of his own bowl, just like that. He set that up well. We may see some aggression here, Andrew.
A little bit of a whack. Well, it is an aggressive line, but not any big weight. Wants to get right down, any contact on the inside of the green bowl. Turn it out, cut it down to 1.
Yeah, still
Could he
one
be shot? Well, that's what Mark Wheatley's asking Glenn Morrison. And Morrow says, no, you're still 1, mate.
It's a great shot there by Jay Breust. Thinking he might have been playing a bit of aggression up into there, but just opts for the draw or just over the draw and got his bowl to hold into a position. And second wood, tight game. Very important not to drop big counts here.
Yeah, look, sometimes I think if you're drawing okay, you're better off not to go big because you keep your rhythm going.
Well, has that counted for 2?
If I'm drawing well, I tend to try and keep drawing well because I want to keep my rhythm going.
Yep.
Mate, nowhere near in the league of Jay Breust, though, to drive and draw from one to the next.
Jay a little bit undecided. Smart move here. Just to get up there and have a look at the angles, have a look at distances. Said it a few times. What it looks like on the mat can be quite different when you get right up in there, into the head.
Well, Jay's doing something I wouldn't, is carry the bowl to the head. Mainly because I get tired enough just walking up there. I want a little bit extra weight. Interesting enough, if he'd put the bowl down, a lot of people go, oh, it's a dead bowl, it's a dead bowl. No, it's not. He's allowed to put it down, pick it up, carry it back, because it hasn't been delivered, so it can't become dead. Just one of those silly ideas that some people get out there.
So he's playing a little bit more forceful in here.
Underdone the line.
He has. But he's got a result there.
Well,
He knows he got a little bit lucky there.
It'll be 1 to Jay.
No celebrations, obviously, and once again, that is a part of our game.
And we're back to the same leader we had before we started. Well, CJ attacking there as he Jack's on its way down towards the tee.
Underdone the line, but
Got a big enough piece of that, pumped it onto there.
you see his head go down. He knew he was lucky.
Well,
Looks like the marker's dropped something, yeah.
I've saved that one to our highlights reel, not as a highlight, but as a one perhaps to show to Corey Daly to say it's sometimes things do go right for you.
Yeah.
Corey, good sport. He had a couple of instances where he just didn't quite get it right, got a bad result, and our media person just put two of those clips together and backed it with a, well, you've had a bad day song.
Yeah, he took it in his stride. He shared it. He shared the post around himself, actually.
Got a lot of traction as well. Very, very popular fella, Corey Daly, and I think it was more people laughing with him than at him.
Yeah, but his spirits were high last night when his Tigers absolutely annihilated my team in the NRL, so got a message from him pretty quickly.
You know, all three of your previous commentators are not talking about football. Well, Mark Wheatley, it's another good start. I sort of get the impression that Mark's actually had the better of the play over the last few ends, but Jay's just managing to hang in there.
That's how it feels, hey? Mark feels like he's got the ascendancy. He looks like he's got the control.
But feeling that way and actually getting the results can be two completely different things. I'm sure all of us have walked off the green and thought, how did I not win that game?
No, I
To me,
don't.
most Saturdays. These are the tricky ones here, I find, playing. And you hold shot, but your opponent's got either side of the rink covered on the way in.
Tell you
Just
what,
trying to play the good bowl without bringing them up.
get under that. Whoa. Okay, so I think
This
he's
will
got
reach.
he's got to stay on the forehand here, doesn't he? It's his bowl coming in. Yep.
This is a couple of metres on here. Give it a good chance. Oh, that's high with that weight. Is he on draw weight only?
Yes, he is. Well, he was a little bit over, but
Not enough to get a result. So, Mark, you need to get to this jack-eye bowl or pass it. You're trying to turn that bowl with 2 feet of weight, finish outside it. Needs to be your aim. Sit the bowl, put you under pressure or get behind.
Almost backhand draw to Jay's back bowl.
Yeah, pretty close to that.
I think you protected the jack with your other one. Get contact on that is good. Yeah,
Made
that
all
is
three.
absolutely good.
yes. So once again, the target doesn't look too bad, but it's number pressure again.
Well, it's there for Jay. If he gets his own bowl at the front, that's the one he's just looking at the angle at now.
Looking at that plant.
Gets white onto green, onto white. How many of the opposition goes out? His best chance is to get Mark's bowl right of Jack, probably just to miss the plant. You get the inside of that and kill the end.
Well, there's no touches either.
No, there's not.
So if Jay does happen to whack his own bowl and it goes onto the jack and all the way through the ditch, he's got the best backwood.
This won't be a draw shot, folks.
It'll be a whack.
It will be a weighted one.
Some aggression about to come.
Yeah, right through this, Jay. As I said,
It'll be quick.
the plant's a chance. I think the best one is that jack-eye bowl of Mark's. Inside of that to kill the end. Oh, that's underneath.
Oh yeah.
That's under. So it's through to Mark. And
Chance to make a fourth.
composes himself. Comes for a walk.
Yeah, good idea here. Have a look at exactly which boulders you have to beat. We know it's the one on the right hand side.
I think he's going to have a look here. Wouldn't surprise if he wants to turn back to the forehand, eliminate any danger, try and draw. He's played some good ones there on the backhand.
It'll be a wide draw down this backhand. He doesn't want to get into that head, doesn't want any jack movement.
And that's the tricky thing. If he gets to that jack high one that I was talking about and lays down, he won't count. He'll sit outside that one of Jay's and not quite be in the count. And then to get in underneath that, he's going to have to be spot on. Ideal bowl, just short, just wide of centre.
Well, is he going to turn back for the white bowl?
Well, it's a bit dicey, this.
Oh, this is dicey. Whoa, he got away with it.
Goodness.
I'm thinking there might have been a bit of adrenaline in his arm there.
Yes, not a good shot that gets away with it. Sort of lends itself to what Andrew's saying about he's just going the way of Mark Wheatley at the moment. He makes 3. Only 8 shots away from winning.
So a little mini break here.
Really needs to win this in now just to double it down.
We have fantastic helpers here at Club Dubbo and also at the Macquarie Club and the North Dubbo RSL Sporties over the past 12 days. We work our way to the end of singles competitions. We've had plenty of helpers, staff, committees, volunteers, all through those 3 venues, the entirety of the championships.
Just sliced it down the line, but that's a good start.
Normally, Jay, I'd be very opposed to a club saying, oh, the club president's going to mark the singles final. I usually want them selected on merit, but this time, Glenn's done the markers course and has been selected on merit.
Jay missing that weight. Well, that's going to go right to the back of the rink. It's just stayed on. So the jack a metre from the tee, and that bowl has just remained on the surface. So much he's missed his weight. Bowl number 1. Just a bit of a sigh of frustration from Jay Breust.
It feels like looking through the screens that Mark's just choking Jay. Just feels like that. Just this consistent weight, consistent bowls in areas. There just hasn't been any big opportunities for Jay.
Well, absolutely. And the 2 bowls at the conclusion of the previous end summed it up. Jay with a chance to make contact with weight and missing. And then when you watch your opponent come through to play a draw shot, they put on a couple of metres of weight and and don't hurt the count that they laid and maintain that. It does put a bit of a dagger in you.
Yeah. But we've seen a great adjustment there by Jay.
Mark, would you be trying to sit this bowl? I think I would be trying to sit it. Just with a 2 feet, 3 feet of weight.
He's going to be just outside on the draw.
It's going to force a change of hand there.
Well, Jay is going to change over. Working with danger on either side of the rink here. Similar situation to what Mark had last end. He played a cracking bowl to set things up for later on in this exact situation.
Well, he doesn't want to get on the back of that green one.
Well, he has. How far is it going? Well, that's shot to Mark Wheatley.
So, we're seeing a run of luck here.
And the way things are set up, this is very interesting with 2 bowls left to play.
Well, Jay got the luck a couple of ends ago, 3 or 4 ends ago. Smacked the short bowl up, and it was his opponent's, but managed to turn the 2 shots out. But since then, the worms turned.
Just looking at what I might try and play here, it's a smart shot is the back of the rink. If I'm Mark Wheatley, I'm holding 1st, 3rd and 4th. Got a choice to go to the back. Or do I just draw another one in the area and give Jay the weighted bowl? Give him an option of that weighted shot. But if he gets his own, he could lose 3 or 4.
True. And we've seen Jay recently missed a weighted shot
absolutely.
too. So.
Jay could make a 3, though, with the jack in the ditch.
Yep.
Is Mark prepared to give him that, knowing that Jay has the risk of his own bowl?
I like a bowl at the back, as you said. And that's just choking Jay, stopping him getting a big count if he does get the jack.
Jay may play it anyway, even if he goes to the back of the ring.
Of course.
That very first bowl Jay played.
That's an
right
aggressive
on the ledge.
line, isn't it? And Mark's bowl's just fallen out.
What does that do?
Well,
We'll ask our volunteer just to move out of the way there. Yeah, thanks, Glenn. Right on cue.
there's still another bowl to come, so... Wonder if that changed anything.
Now, I think this is just a runner, just 2-3 metres away at the most, maybe a bit less than that.
Is that
from
chalk
Jay.
on Mark's bowl?
It is.
So really, you want the jack? You on forehand, mate?
No, backhand for me. That's
Yes.
where I'd be, but she's lining up.
Well, he knows if he's under that green one, short green one, he's in a very good area to get
That's
something.
backhand. He
Yeah.
needs to be under the green one because if he turns the outside of that through his own, he's 3 down.
Well, he's playing forehand weight.
Play the forehand.
Looking for the bowl.
Has he got
Jay
the jack
Breust.
after?
Oh, a little bit of jack as well.
Well,
He's
Mark's
made
touches,
two.
Mark's toucher has gone past Jay's back one, so that's not in contention. There'll be a
Could be.
measure. I think it's one shot to Jay Breust. Bowler Mark's right hand side of the screen. Appears to be second shot.
I'm not going to doubt you.
Pretty sure.
They're
but
measuring for the two, though.
he'll put the tape on just to make sure.
If he catches a bit more of the jack, he could have made.
It's actually his
One or
front
two
one out
more.
there that he's measuring.
Yeah.
The back one's well
The back
out.
one's well
Back
out.
one's
yes.
well out.
Absolutely.
That one looks like it's actually well out as well.
See, one shot. Jay Breust. Hawkeye's right again.
Yeah, great call, Lee Stinson. He's all over it.
Must have paid some attention in geometry class 20 odd years ago. Jay, 2 metres from the back of the rink with the mat. Jack well up from the tee.
Well, it's a change because he has been going fairly long.
First bowl needs to start improving for Jay Breust. Mark getting early ascendancy in most ends.
Both players, neither's really taken control. Mark's got a little mini break and Jay's had a not quite as big a mini break, but in 3 or 4 shots only. If one of them can now string together 3 ends.
Mark again.
First bowl pressure.
Forces Jay to change as well. Just duffed the speed, I think. Yeah. The line's okay if his speed's good. Because he had a chance just to rip in and trail the jack. Foot on his last to be brilliant. Just sneak inside Jay's bowl, get him behind. Wants to miss it. Clattered into it.
Yeah.
Doesn't need a lot of correction, Jay. Just a bit more speed.
Well, I really think Jay's just trying to draw the jack without trailing. In all honesty, he'd like to try and just get a close one,
well
eh?
under.
Well, it depends on his weight. Not here. Well, he's here. Needed more to hold that line, though. So,
We've got second and third, so we'll see what Mark does with this one. Had pretty good weight with his second. Just held out against the breeze.
Guys, I really think the first to get to 25 will win this.
Yeah, in the box seat, that's for sure.
is he up? Turn that up and over.
Well, decision time again, Jay. I think this is quick.
This is one
Mark,
down.
Yeah, Mark draws it. He hasn't He hasn't found this side of the rink with his previous 2 bowls. Shot bowl, hold 2, let your opposition draw it, or kill the end and start again. He hasn't found this. Well, I think this might. He's going to try and play it. Just over. Going to play the tricky one. He hasn't found it with the previous 2. That's slightly wider.
He moved out on the mat, so it should hook back as well.
Yeah, it has. You're right.
Good effort.
I did notice that change on the side of the mat that he took. He went out to the outside of the mat, which generally changes the trajectory and helps the bowl come back a lot quicker.
I'm really surprised Jay tried that. That was the opportunity to get more shots, but he'd missed it the 2 previous goes. May have just felt that his others, if he got that bowl, were just too far away. Not in contention.
So, Mark, just drawing for 2 here.
Changing side.
Played a really good wide line as well.
Well, that's centre line if he's got the right weight.
Has he got the right weight? Wow.
Close enough.
That's a brilliant bowl. That's better than close enough. That's brilliant. And just opening up that lead again, 19-15. So
Jay now needs to win 10-5 from here to go out. Mark just 6 away. Joe won't be happy with that end. As Andrew called, he changed tactics. Had the jack up towards the front of the line. First bowl about 1.5 metres past. And then went tight with the next 3.
yeah, Jay's best results back in that direction has been on that tighter side. Hasn't quite got that wide side back to the club, but
As players, we're going to miss some shots every now and then. That's a given.
yeah.
We're just critical of ourselves if we miss it in the same spot consistently.
His opening bowl, pretty good again.
First bowl, love to know what's happened first bowl score.
Well, we might get Andrew going back, looking at the live stream tonight, back in the house and getting a scorecard out.
Jay, not the gap. Well, he has.
Bring you those details in tomorrow's stream, we will.
We've put Andrew
Nice of you to volunteer to that.
Yeah.
You're cooking the barbecue then, mate.
For those who have entered our Champion of Champion events, we hope to have those draws out for you over the coming days. Singles and pairs for both men and women.
Mark, down well, very. Wow. I'm just amazed at the consistency of this bloke. First time I've seen him, and he's truly been absolutely on song. His draw game, he's up there with some of the best.
Absolutely, and we'll see what happens over the next 4 bowls, but Mark's in a commanding position here. Go a long way towards the title on this end. Does he run for cover now? Looks like a change to his forehand grip.
Probably not a bad move either. As he delivers, you can see that Jay's got 2 bowls behind and on that side of the rink. You want to just drift inside those and count and cover. Any contact on Mark's shot bowl could squirt the jack back. At least counting. Not sure about the cover bit.
Decision time for Jay. Draw a good one or go hard. He's taken the first option.
You're looking to just flop in off of that bowl just behind there, I think, here.
Yeah, he's pretty close to it too. Oh, he's got the gap again.
Wow, twice. Third wood now.
Oh, the
Possibly third.
The late great Bobby Bartlett always said your third bowl's the one where you've got to change the head, because then you've still got 1 to fix it.
I'm not convinced that Mark, he could still be holding 3 here.
Forehand draw down to Jay's last bowl. Fairly simple analysis of that one. The only other option would be to say, well, yeah, if he pops at a foot, good on him, but I'll cover the back.
This can't be Jack Eye. Cannot build any target. Don't mind even if I'm overweight trying to sit this bowl and chip my other one, the wide one, out of the count. Cannot be Jack Eye. Needs to pass.
That looks like he's going all the way around the back, but they are swooping here, aren't they? And now what he's done, Jay has to be more weight precise. It's probably,
Not sure Jay was going super quick anyway.
Yeah.
Unless Mark built the target. Tough choice here. He can't get the extra shots he's looking at with those three bowls together if he tries to draw it. So he needs to pick his line right here. Which shot are you trying to play, Jay Breust? You need to pick your line perfectly. There's no second chances if he plays that metre or two over to try and turn bowl onto Jack. It's a completely different line to what he'll need to draw it.
Pick a shot, play it. There's a nice path in on the forehand, but you have to be absolutely precise with that one. Whereas the backhand, if you're even a tad tight, you just pop Mark's bowl onto it, unless you've got 3 feet of weight to push the jack back.
Well, decision's made. This is firm. Decided to take his chances. He gets his bowl. Jack could go anywhere. Well,
Doesn't
that's
like
his
it.
own.
Oh, don't get all of them.
That's 3. I said may have been 3 anyway. Certainly is now.
Certainly
and
is
Mark
now.
Wheatley. 3 shots from victory here in our state men's singles final. 22-15. What a run he's been on. Last 4 ends. 8 shots to 1. 2 counts of 3 as well as a double.
Well, imagine if before this championship, coming into the semi-finals, there'd have been a few people saying Mark who. They're not saying that now. This fella is playing a great game.
We love this about the state championships. New names come to light every season. This year it could be Mark Wheatley. It's the name to remember. 22-15. Just keep playing the way you have, Mark. One hand on the trophy. Somehow have to get that to your back of your mind. Just keep playing good shots. Jay Breust, well and truly good enough to overcome the deficit. You've given the opportunity.
Wow.
However, Mark, look at that. He hasn't thought about the title yet.
Nah, and this is where you're just playing each bowl one at a time. Not even thinking about the finishing line here.
It has to be process, not result. Pick your spot where you're trying to finish, stroke it. We've all been there though, very hard to do. Trying to get to that finishing line, singles or team game.
I'm a bit surprised with that one there. You know, I expected Jay to at least be behind. But,
don't build a target here, Mark. I don't mind seeing you stay there. You're going to change. No chance of really leaving much of a target the other way.
Oh, I wonder if that's just sheer closeness pressure. It's made Jay go short.
Mark hooks right in behind him. Wow, what a great setup. First 2 bowls, one on, one behind.
Change of plan. Jay Breust, backhand draw. Get out on that nice wide line.
I think he's got more chance to draw the shot on that hand.
Needs to run.
Does need to run.
It's
Well,
not going to quite make it. Good enough for second, though.
it is.
And importantly, he's got back to the centre line so he hasn't blocked his draw.
Well, he has done that, but he also has taken away any opportunity to chip the shot bowl out too. I think he would have preferred to not be centre line. I think he would have preferred to be a couple of bowls wide, give himself some angles to work with. He's got a perfect draw only at
This
the
looks
moment.
tight.
Are you opening
it's
things up?
not tight, it's long.
Quick. Yeah, just a bit quick.
But stops Jay being able to run at it.
If I'm Mark here, 22-15, I'm pretty happy with one.
Most
I think if
definitely.
he draws another one, he's got more chance of helping Jay than helping himself.
Yep. Well, Jay's under here.
There's things you've got to be considered, Mark. Just play the same as your last.
Yep.
Jay cannot play any weight to this. You are only helping your opposition if you draw another shot here, unless you are absolute back toucher.
And
Anything else aside from that, and you opened up opportunities.
well, he's not quite here as much as his first, but
Protecting the rebounding jack. 3 down in that little pocket.
it's a shot that I usually put in for me skip early.
Yeah, we saw that in the roll-up earlier you had with Benny.
Hey, you'd have to go quick to bounce it that far back up the green.
So Jay, can you get past your
Really
bowl?
wants the absoluter here. Needs to run again though.
Just not got the...
Jay
the
Bruce.
He's chipped
Great
it out.
effort.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
one more roll.
the kind of bowl he needed with that other one that finished on centre. So Mark, 2 shots from the title. Are we in the final stages? 5:45 p.m. local time. Fantastic crowd within the club. Plenty of people ringside. Quite a contingent from the Central Coast along the side of the green. No doubt cheering on Mark. They'd be well aware of his capabilities. And tough area up there. We mentioned Mark hasn't featured too many times at state championship level. Had someone by the name of Aaron Sheriff dominating the event up until his move to Queensland a few years ago. Darren Morrison's taken a bit of a mantle since then, winning a lot of events. So not many opportunities have come up in that Central Coast region.
Well, we'll see thousands of people from the Central Coast flooding onto the Bowls Link results page to view Mark Wheatley's win. Should he finish it off now?
Oh, did you hear that?
Yeah. Great tool, Bowls Link. Get on board all your competitions. Got a fantastic group of helpers at Bowls New South Wales. Ben Crixtolitis, who you've heard on our stream as our coverage, is also our Bowls Link expert at the office. So any help, contact Ben. If Ben's away for any reason on duty or doing a stream, get in contact with Andrew Lynn. Either of those gentlemen available to help out. If you're a district zone club administrator,
Mainly me if you want to talk to competitions when Ben's away. Membership side, not so much.
those gents happy to help out. It's great to see. I know myself playing pennants at the moment in Illawarra. That ability to go on straight after the game and see scores registered from other matches that are taking place in the competition I'm in, and also looking up the other games that my club is playing in other grades. So that function fantastic to view as Jay working his way back in here. A couple of decent bowls from Jay. Once again, Mark's inside him again. Just about to find out if it's one or two at the moment.
I've also loved jumping on and seeing how the opponents I've already played on my rink have gone in each week, just to gauge a little bit of rivalry between them.
One and a measure is the call. So that bowl of Marks, he may well have a match lie at the moment, but he's certainly trying to consolidate it here.
A little toucher would be pretty good.
I was just looking at myself if he could touch that there, but in probably two minds, he did ask a few questions of the marker there, so
Jay looks to be turning over. Forehand,
most definitely.
a reach, a sit bowl, turn your own, trail the jack. Must arrive just with nice weight.
It's where they're coming from, so coming down really, really well here. Just needs to pull up now, and has.
Terrific shot by Jay. It's his best one in the last few ends. As
So
we said, it was 14 apiece not all that long ago.
I'd say whoever could string a few ends together, just grab control.
So Mark outside of the jack is the target.
Has he got the
How's
run
the
to hold?
distance? If he got Jay's front one, well, he's turned it up for another. Well, has he? Oh, maybe that's close. Second.
Might force Jay onto the other hand. Although, I think that hand swinging, Jay would be better off to stick with that forehand side.
I think so.
Get down to the green bowl to the left of screen.
And can probably make four, a definite four then, I think. He sits that green bowl down.
Just had one of our senior athletes come into the venue behind us here. Warren Shipley. Having a look at conditions over here at Club Dubbo in preparation for his singles final. Just a reminder, 9:30am tomorrow morning. Warren will take on Taraji's Robbie Warren. Should be a cracking game.
9:30.
9:30.
Jay needs to come back here. Just looking to draw here, but if he sits the... Get past... He has.
Not quite enough. So, one taken out. Did Mark bring that other one into the count? Boys will let us know. Jay not giving anything away.
Shippo just saying to me that looking at the time, you don't read the finish time for your start time, mate.
You need to just work on that hydration in the lead up to tomorrow morning's game, Mr. Shipley.
Yeah, it was Shippo bothering me there. I missed the total. Was it a 2?
No, it was
a
1.
2.
It was 1, mate.
Just 1?
Yeah, just the one. Jay, Matt back. Longer jack roll here. So 3 singles finals tomorrow.
Warren's headed out. Another doubter that's been proven wrong. Don't worry, I know what it's like, Warren. I've done it a couple of times myself.
Mind you, he's not the first one to misread the broadcast time. It has an expected end, and I've just popped in a 2 hours for the seniors, although I think Shippo will have 2 hours of walking time in that game as he shuffles up and down the green.
That's exactly what he wanted. He's got one. Not a bad area straight away.
Pretty good starter first up.
Yep.
Severe change of length. Jack cast nearly all the way to the end of the mat. See, right at the back of the tee.
You've been reading that English bowl site, the Jack cast to the end. Oh, Mark, that looks a little on the tight side to me. Is he going to collect the white? Yes, he's going to get the jack.
Both whites.
Got both.
Got the cannon. What a billiards player. Mark Wheatley.
Still one down.
2 points or 3 for the cannon.
Oh, that game's beyond me, mate.
Much the same now for Jay.
Jay jumps right on top of this here. Gives himself an opportunity for a good count. Knocker in front here.
Probably wants the next 2 ends, doesn't he? Try and get to 20 now. Bridge the gap.
I think he wants the next 3 or 4 ends, mate.
Can't win those 3 or 4 unless he wins the next couple.
Down well, up
good
now.
Shot, Jay Breust. Well played.
Yes.
He listened to me.
Excellent bowl.
Tomorrow morning, 9:30am. The other finals. The senior women's final. Wendy Clark from Ballina to play Vicky Turner from Warilla. And our open reserve, Steve Smith, Cabramatta, up against Maylene Reynolds from NBC Sports. So we'll have score updates for those games.
Oh, look at this. Oh, wow.
But what a great finish.
Snuck past. I think he might still be a couple down.
Well, that could be one of the winning bowls. That one just past the jack. He needs 2 to go out. He has last bowl on this end. That could be one of the winners.
Got to be here.
Yeah.
He needs to be behind, really.
Well, he won't mind stopping any time now, I can promise you. He just went a little bit too far to block the shot. So, Mark Wheatley, you've got 2 goes at this. The most you'll lose if you play it right on this end is a 3. Just miss that front one of Jay's. Trail the jack back.
He'll be back
And
in
you're a
his
state
draw.
champion.
He'll be back in his draw, obviously. It's been the shot that he's played well all day.
He's just inside the shadow line.
How's he looking?
Well, needs to run. No, it's not going to make it. It's up with Jay's last.
Surprised.
Yeah, disappointed with that, no doubt.
Give himself a little
Has he looked at the scoreboard?
tap on the leg.
Well, I hope he has looked at the scoreboard. You know where he is. He's crazy if he hasn't.
Because you
We
look at
know
the
where you're at.
scoreboard and think, I'm almost there. I'm almost there.
Understand. You need to know what the score is.
Comfy.
In front or behind, you need to know where you are.
Good move. He's come up the head to have a good look. Haven't seen him come to the head too much in this game, actually. So,
Jay, tough draw here, though, isn't it? He's wanting to draw another, but not wanting to leave something left-hand side of the jack, and that's what he's contemplating at the moment. He still hasn't made his mind up. Is he backhand around the bowls to try and count in front of Mark's back one? I think it is. Outside that front green and trying to land in front of the green bowl at the back.
well, it's all down to his weight here, and
Well, that's got a lot to go, so
you
has
want
he
to
got the
really
chance?
swoop across here now.
Well, there's going to be a port, though.
Yeah, there is. So,
Mark Wheatley, your first chance to win the state singles. Forehand, in the gap. There it is. Big, deep breath. You might have saw that on screen. Well, you don't think he's feeling it. He is. He knows the moment here. Chances, bowlers. You may never, ever get again. He's got a chance now to win the state final. And depending what happens, it may be his first and only. You just never know.
funny, the gap on the screen looks bigger than what it actually is out there, doesn't it? I think.
Yeah, it's about 2 bowl widths wide. But you just have to know if you hit the gap, you're so close.
Yep.
So,
He's
Mark
going
Wheatley,
for it.
Well, that's underneath. Perfect line. Is there any other results? No, it's going to fade away. So, Jay Breust takes his score along by 2. 23-18. We see the same tactics from Jay. That towards the back. And there's plenty of supporters hoping for a close finish. The other half of the support crew, no doubt, hoping that Mark Wheatley can take it out nice and quickly. Trying to get that jack up to the back again. Done so very well.
So again, first bowl here for Jake. Very important.
Well, Jay needs 7. 7, you can get in a nice little run of 2, 3, 4 ends. I wouldn't expect Mark to go out with a whimper and let him get it in 2 ends. Jay, just string a few ends together and all of a sudden that pressure might just show on Mark.
Similar to first bowl to last end. If you remember, it's about where he finished. And Mark nudged the jack down the line just underneath.
Pretty good area here for Mark.
Turn back nicely from there.
Here it comes
A lot better
now.
weight than Jay. He can work his way right up. Just enough.
Is that in Jay's eye?
Well, it certainly is. You see the prolonged waiting on the mat. Yeah, he's decided to have a look down the other side. We know this turns a long way at the end, down here towards the tee.
I'm
That's the
liking
line.
his area.
Yeah,
Yep.
that is the line. Weight's
Yeah.
coming in well too. Just needs to
Very well
turn
down.
right back.
Brilliant.
Great shot.
Big bowls.
Just even falling down there
Yeah.
just makes it slightly harder for Mark.
A very aggressive line here, Mark.
Inside his previous.
It's going to be inside the shot bowl too. That's turning away.
Yes.
We mentioned Jay needed to get to at least 20 just to really feel like he could go out.
At a foot on this one, you reckon?
Well, that's perfect, isn't it? Be about as far behind the jack with this one as he was in front with his last. Slightly narrower line. Needs a bit of contact just to slow it down.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Well, actually, I think he'd be happy that it slid a bit further over too.
Oh, absolutely.
Just left a little gap.
2, maybe 3.
Still a chance for Mark here on that backhand side, underneath his own, set the shot, trail the jack.
There's a little bit of number pressure here on Mark at the moment.
That's more the line they've been taking. He's got his own to work up. Or just underneath. He's close to under.
Just got to get under.
Needs a touch now, probably. Otherwise, he's through the gap.
Oh, well, he's cut the back one out.
He has.
2.
For sure, he's cut the back one out.
Jay, draw another shot. Beat the last bowl. Mark takes the chalk off. I'm prepared to give Mark the chance to trail the jack to win here. That's not an easy shot to trail it to win. I'm trying to draw just inside that green bowl.
Well, you force Mark to play that bigger weight where he's got the bigger, magnifies the size of the hole.
Absolutely, and it's not an easy target to hit. And if Jay is 3, Mark knows if he misses, all of a sudden his opponent is on to 21. A critical one to try and count here for Jay Breust.
Out on that good line again.
Played this pretty well. As we look live, just going to cut across in front. What target are you leaving?
Well,
he's not going to be happy with that. This is opportunity time. He said Mark would have opportunity. Last bowl. This has to be firm weight. That last bowl onto the jack, and then it would just depend on how far that bowl of Jay Breust runs along.
what hand's he playing here, Lee?
It's a backhand.
Yep.
There's no question in my mind that he's on the backhand.
That's where he's
got
been.
get that bowl, get the shot, get the split. You still got a chance.
He's got a result wide off his own. Not the way you want to get it, but he can come off his own to get the perfect angle on that bowl. Few metres of weight. He's missed tight.
Under.
So all of a sudden, 21-23. The fight back is on.
So that little bit of pressure is coming in now.
So that's the second chance Mark's had to win the final. He's missed on both occasions.
And it's the change in length. Mark's just been thrown off a bit with that longer length.
Well, he had to find something. It's been the only length he's missed on in the whole game. Probably the whole tournament. Jay, really important jack roll. Well, head down. Has he got it to where he wants?
I think he has. I think he just had a fly on the back of his neck.
Okay. Fractionally shorter, not too much. Let's see how you go here, Jay. First bowl. Critical. Hasn't been a lot of conversion shots played the last few ends. It's been first in that are winning the ends.
Exactly right.
This one just going about to where he wanted to roll the jack. Right onto the tee.
He's been in that area with his first bowl more often now, he has. He's getting that first bowl just behind, so straight away he's got an opportunity later on in the end if he needs to.
Yeah, when he was losing the ends, he was dropping his first couple short.
That's right.
Well, change of tactics from Mark. Straight to the wider side.
So that's new.
He's slightly frustrated. He hasn't found it on the long length, so he's looked to change it up.
I think Jay holding one there. So Jay just looking to lose half a metre. That bowl jack high is not going to deter him at all. Might even be a good guide. Looks a very similar line to his previous.
He's quick again. Just hoping it can pull up. Just in behind.
I'd take being that quick, mate.
Well, that's the half a metre he did take off, as you said. He probably wanted a metre.
Yep.
Oh, Mark just needs to settle and drop this one near the jack.
So he's gone back to the forehand, Mark, so he's been playing really well this side of the green.
I wonder if he's just had a loss of thought there with his first to go over the other side. Urging this one not to turn away too much.
Isn't that funny? He's gone.
Jay Breust, I believe, still holding shot. On Andrew's theory, if he can lose another half a metre on this one, this will be awfully close.
Looks a very similar line again out in the middle of that shadow.
Maybe a couple of bowls underneath where he was. Run up to beat Mark Wheatley's bowl.
Which he's done. So, still a bit of room there for Mark, but he's been a little bit erratic.
Not sure. We're going to get hopefully an indication from our marker, Glenn Morrison. So what it is.
I think it's only the one.
One down.
Yep.
Jay Breust holding shot.
Oh, I'm going to back Mark in here. Played so well all game. Slight grimace on release, hand up to the head.
His area's really good.
Not sure he liked it. Although, will it stop in time? It's going to run on. A new out of the hand early.
So,
Does probably only benefit stops Jay just overplaying a draw and trailing the jack himself to lie 4, which would be game. So Mark, at this stage, find it very hard to see how he loses the match on this end.
Jay drawing to draw level. Mark's got one left to answer it, but Jay would be just trying to get down to this jack.
Let's have a look. It's a higher line than his previous, which he needed to be. There's your weight, Jay.
yeah, his weights
Needs to go. That's going to pull up, I think.
running a long way in that shadow there now. So,
I'm not sure.
Not sure that counts. Mark's going to come down and have a look. We said it was going to be hard for Jay to win. I wonder if it's hard for Mark to win. The only chance, I'm just looking out the window here. The bowl of Mark's closest, the one sort of front right of Jack. Can he just get the inside half of it to turn it up to Jack high and run on himself? Just on the draw, obviously, but trying to draw a shot. If he makes contact with his own, he'll be able to spin it up and come up for 2.
The other thing is backhand draw. If you touch your own, you probably bring it in for shot, even if yours doesn't count. And if you just get past it, you draw shot. Don't rely on being greedy and trying to win at this end. Trying to get yourself one off.
Just looking as well, the other option, if he just overplays it, becomes underneath his own on the backhand and around the jack. He can lay the shot bowl down, and that's probably enough for 2 as well. So Mark trying to draw the shot. We've described a couple of other options there. If he's just off perfect. All right, let's have a look. He's out on that better line, Jace.
he is. I'm interested.
Mark, how's your weight? Are you running?
No,
You're not going to. You're up with Jay's last. So, Jay Breust, we believe, according to our marker, Glenn Morrison holds 1. We'll see if Glenn had picked that one correctly. There's both gents. Go to have a look.
So, going for the tape here.
Are we measuring for shot or are we measuring for second shot? No, that one's kicked out, so that one doesn't count. Short one's not in. So Jay hoping his wider one was in. The one directly in front of Mark's feet there on camera. And look at that now. It's not going to be far away. As you can see, Jay stretching out.
Whoa.
There's not much in that one. We'll make sure that this back
is the
one's shot.
Yeah, that back one's definitely shot.
I think it's only one.
One paddle goes up.
Well done, Glenn Morrison.
Good judgment.
Bowls New South Wales Volunteer of the Year. It was Glenn Morrison a few months ago. And he's got that call 100% correct. 23-22. 3 ends in a row to Jay Breust.
Just what we wanted to see. A really good tight match.
Sorry, Jace. Just want to have a look at this. Jay thought this was heavy out of the hand.
He's good.
Not sure what he was worried about. Rolled that pretty well to the spot he was last end. He didn't like it out of the hand.
Wonder if the green might be slowing a bit.
Yeah, late afternoon, Tiffy, just after 6 p.m.
Shadow creeping across from the shades.
Yeah, that's got to be visually changing things a lot for him as well.
Yeah, Absolutely. Jay with glasses on as well. He's put this out on a nice line. It's a cracking opening bowl here from Jay Breust. He's turned up the first bowl pressure.
Most definitely, and that's where we've seen the change, is that first bowl of Jay Breust. Over the last four or five ends,
played it very well.
He's asked the question back of Mark.
Even a couple of those of Jay that have held after the first bowl may have been three-quarters of a metre to a metre away, but they've been enough to hold.
They've also been behind, not short.
This is close.
Mark Wheatley. Has he found one? Yes, he has. And the crowd inside the club have gone up. I don't know if you can hear it through our microphones.
Big
but
contingent of Central Coast supporters. Jay had a metre on his last down the same side of the green. Not going to be easy to get shot, but trying to make sure at worst he loses one on this end. He urges this one to run on.
Interesting. So he wanted that one.
Chance game here, Mark.
Most definitely.
How much would the adrenaline be flowing now? That's the question.
Well, if it was me, it'd be right up there.
It's not every day of the week you get a chance to win a state championship. So definitely nerves come into this.
This needs to run a long way. I think he's pulled that one up short, and he has. So Jay,
would you be tempted to have a crack through your own bowls now?
well, he's tempted, but
Look at that scoreline. You only want to drop a one. If he has a crack there.
Yeah, you're probably thinking even if you get the bowl clean, your opponent with two to go is probably just too much room. I know it looks great from the mat. There's no doubt about that. Jay, we can see him. That picture hasn't frozen. He's looking at all possibilities there. Just asking how far off the jack the shot bowl is. Indication from the marker was at about 10 to 15 centimetres. I just want to know how far short his bowls are. Almost a metre.
I'd like to see him playing for, if not the shot, second wood here.
I'm probably second shot here myself. I'm trying to work my own up, get past. Something may develop if I draw a close one here where I can have a go at the bowl if Mark fails with his next. Looks to be what Jay's chosen. This needs to slow down a little. Needs to slow down.
If he just misses that, gets it. Oh!
That's a good effort.
Got that second, so
Very good
I
effort.
think that's enough now for Jay that if Mark fails with this one, he will go for the shot bowl.
And he could get game.
So Mark needs to try and count with this one. 2 metres on his previous attempt.
Oh, is he wide enough?
It's underlined. Does he find contact at the front or does he make his way through the gap?
Does he thread this all the way?
He's got the front. No. So
What he's done, he's...
if he rolls down, well, that may have just set it up for Jay not to be able to get the bowl perfectly. Well, decision time. I think Jay is going to play weight here and take his chances with the outcome.
Down there.
The shot bowl of Mark Wheatley's is a toucher. So depending on what angle Jay gets on his front, there'll be enough of a gap where he can get the edge and turn it away from Jack.
The danger is if you go really big, feather your own, you come off and get your other one.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You can lose game.
Yep.
But at this stage, you've got to play for it as well. So Jay Breust, forehand runner, is it? No, it might be backhand runner.
Backhand.
So just trying to get the outside edge of his bowl.
Well, no, he's not. He's the forehand.
What's he got? He's got the jack.
Has he got the jack?
Got the jack.
Nick, what a
shot.
bowl, Jay Breust.
Holds 2. So Mark can't lose the game on this end. He also can't win it on this end. The bowl of Jay Breust just under 1 metre from the jack in the ditch. Just to the right of the centre rink marker. You can see the bowl just sticking out.
Well, there's definitely some Jay Breust supporters in the...
Wow, the club is
as
going
well.
crazy at the moment.
What a game. Mark
Morrow
Wheatley.
has parked himself right in front of the camera.
Well, no, he's okay because we can see this bowl coming in.
Oh,
Mark, have you got the run? Well, there's Glenn Morrison. What a great view of our Volunteer of the Year. So, has that done enough for second? Let's have a look as the camera pans away. Well, we've got a new leader. In a long time since we've said that. Jay Breust, 24. Mark Wheatley, 23.
Oh, wow.
And
wow,
Does he
wow.
stay the same? Is he going to run the jack on the ditch first bowl? What's he going to try?
And I think a bit of experience just shone there a bit. We mentioned earlier that we sort of favoured Jay because he's been in these situations before. He was able to find that big bowl to keep himself in the game and have a chance at this championship. So,
Well, he's kept the common sense approach and stuck with a similar kind of length to what he has been. Well, the jack's up
well,
at a metre and a half from the end of the rink. So, Jay Breust, you could play a match-winning bowl at any stage.
we didn't
but
expect
Mark
this
Wheatley-
6 ends ago.
No, Mark Wheatley will have last say if he needs it. So Jay, heavy and wide with his first, is he?
Yeah, but he's
Not much.
Just past.
That's enough to put pressure on, though.
that's where he's been getting his first bowl, which has been the difference in these last 6 ends. He's given himself an option.
He's done all the work to come back. Can he finish it off, or has Mark got the answer?
It's,
What a final.
and if you're here at the club, you would swear there was a game of football going on in there.
Well, some of those cheers are up. The game's on the big screen, and you can hear cheers for the players. They're watching on the big screen as well.
Jay, after that short one from Mark, is going to change sides. His hand a bit wider, a little slower.
Good air here. Has he got the run, though?
No, he's short of weight. That's about a metre short when it finishes. So Mark, both hands, not looking great, but at this point in time, he doesn't have to get right near the jack. He's going to work his way, metre and a half, past his first.
He's tracking all right here. It's just his weight, isn't it?
His weight's pretty good, or good enough. Maybe enough to lie shot. We'll get an indication now from Glenn Morrison.
Yeah, I think he is shot. Yep.
It's close, actually, as I look live out the window. Yeah, Mark is not convinced to call it. He's called it a measure.
So what do you do here? Back over to the forehand or stick with the back?
Metre on his last.
Yeah, he's going to stay backhand. He's even a chance to draw a shot underneath these, but the closest bowl will be just outside. So Jay, he certainly added the weight.
Well, as long as he misses that green bowl.
Well, this is a shot.
And he has.
That's a match lie for Jay Breust. That is number one. There's no doubt about that.
Mark's still got 2 to go, though, so...
It's just tough times, Mark Wheatley. He led 23-15 just a
Well,
matter of ends ago.
This is so much tension. You two blokes are standing up and cheering him on.
Oh, Mark, this is carrying speed. Is there contact to follow? Well, he's got his own right in the middle. That's going to make
He's
shot.
pushed it all the way
and
up.
set a target.
Shot. Crowd inside it going off.
Well, it's. I don't think Mark was obviously happy with the result. He didn't show
James.
too much emotion there.
Backhand runner.
Well,
Yeah, this is a backhand. Pick the bowl out. Get the jack.
he doesn't want to get out of his bowls. So.
Oh, he doesn't want to get his own. But once again, we said before, if you've got a chance to win the final, you've got to try and take it. This is Jay Breust's chance.
Backhand runner needs a fair bit of weight to hold down there.
Can play forehand and get the correct part of the bowl too. So, depending which hand he wants to play, Marks is not a toucher. Only way he gets his own closest is off the shorter green bowl. So Jay Breust lines up. Can get the angle on the forehand. We look down. Well, Jay, what have you done? Off the short green. Are you getting your own out though? No, you haven't.
Oh, okay.
Mark's got a chance to win the game again.
He's going to come and have a look.
What a finish. Mark Wheatley.
Yeah, he
Things
won't.
have gone... Everything's against him over the last 15 minutes. like this, let's give yourself 90 seconds to walk up, bit of a look
Smart.
around, walk back, try and compose yourself and draw a shot.
Try and get that
To the
heartbeat
final.
to slow down a little bit.
Which hand's he going to play?
Well,
He moved his own up on the forehand. Does he try that again to get past his own or beat Jay's bowl? It was the side of the green where he dominated through the midway point of this match. Well, Jace, what are you thinking? Is he
mate,
going to draw it or not?
I'm playing a forehand draw here, trying to beat the wide bowl.
Yeah, you got your own on the way in.
Take a punt, mate. Is he in or out? Is he counting
I'm
with
going to
this?
say he's going to miss because I want to see it to go 24 all.
Okay, well,
Well, it's on its way.
Jason's held his flag up. Mark Wheatley down on the forehand. Similar line to his last. He's carrying speed again. Has he got his own in the middle again? Well, no, he hasn't. He's turned it off, and that's 24 all. Well, he's nearly played the same shot again to middle that bowl up 2 metres.
And this game deserves this.
Well, just needs a
What?
few dead ends now at 24 all.
Couple of dead ends about to come up. Don't worry, we'll stay with it, even if we've got to get the lights on.
Sunday night primetime viewing. Men's state singles final, 24 all. Jay Breust, Malua Bay, Mark Wheatley from Wyong.
Shorter length.
So, yeah. Change the length straight away. And Jay Breust with last bowl.
Deep breath here. Look at that. Just
Well, Jay will be hoping not to have to play his last.
he wins if he doesn't do that. So Mark, first up. Back in.
Really wants to bury this jack now. Just absolutely smother it.
Which is what he was doing 6 to 7 ends ago.
That's not quite done it though.
Okay.
May have blocked Jay's favoured side though. So Jay, forehand. Slower and wider this side of the green.
What do you reckon the first one to draw one within an inch wins?
Yeah, I'd like to take my chances of doing so. Jay outside the centre
Yeah.
with good weight.
Look at this coming all the way back. It's a very good opening bowl. He's got the
Shot.
weight right.
I don't think it's match winner.
Maybe not, but it's a great starter for him. Tiny adjustment next time.
So he's changed sides as well, Mark. Didn't like where his first one.
He looks well inside Jay's line.
He is.
He's,
Needs to get up now.
yeah, has he got the run on here? He has. That's good enough.
Enough for shot.
And number one.
Jay
Locks the jack a little as well. Just from sight at the mat end.
Jay's tightened up as well.
Oh, he's carrying speed though.
Oh, he is.
He's carrying speed. He doesn't get back to the middle.
Can he use his own?
Not with this one, but another one handy. He said Jay last bowl. He won't be afraid to
Yeah.
try and remove that shot one.
So it's not a bad setup for him.
What a finish.
What's Mark doing here? I reckon he's staying away from this.
Oh no,
Getting
I'm
back to
trying
the
to get
whites.
closer.
Trying to get closer.
Yeah, I don't think I've played
Like
a good
this?
enough one yet.
Just like this.
Oh, it doesn't want to touch
Jack
it.
down the line
Oh, dear.
No, hand on his head.
Well,
though. Well, it's interesting though. He's down, which is
Yeah.
obviously not what he wanted to be. However, Jay needs to be careful himself. And Mark, if Jay fails with this one, has a wide open shot at the shot bowl. So
Most definitely. It's,
just over draw on the backhand. Try
Right.
and just get it and be a slightly tight line.
I'm drawing on the forehand trailing jack, locking it right away.
the absolute perfect one is where Andrew said on the backhand. However, it's fraught with danger. He doesn't want to
That's
get the outside of that green one because if he gets that green bowl in for shot, it is hidden behind the wall of bowls at the front. However, if he goes his forehand, he runs a risk of turning the jack to Mark's bowl,
Yeah,
similar to what Mark just played.
It is a bowl in front of Jack High too. So
Yes.
Yeah,
If he gets the outside of this bowl for shot, it is very well hidden. So this is a cautious attempt, no doubt, from Jay Breust.
little toucher on this hand is brilliant too.
Well, that's the perfect result.
This-
However, we mentioned the outside of the bowl. He's going to be just around it, though. He hasn't
Well,
touched it.
that's all right.
good home. So over to Mark.
Mark Wheatley has an open look at the bowl. Does he draw the shot? Does he play it with a metre, or does he go straight for it and let Jay try and get out of trouble with his last.
Can he get the clear head to play it? Just get on and play the shot he wants.
Well, what must be going through his mind? State singles final, he's led 23-15. We're now at 24 apiece. One bowl left to save it. Jay Breust, he's at the other end of the rink, nervously awaiting the result. Does Mark play firm weight? Well, it's just arriving on that line. Well, we've lost sight there. That's outside the line.
He's heavy and wide. Does he get in off of that?
Jay Breust is our winner.
What an absolute comeback.
Jay Breust, Malua Bay is your 2023-24 Bowls New South Wales Men's State Singles Champion. What a game.
We went 8 ends ago. It's 23-14.
Yeah, the engraver's going to have to go and do a bit of work in the background. I think MAR was on the shield, but it wasn't quite to be. He had one hand on it.
He got the mat, he changed the length and got his first bowl in an effective area and really turned this game on its head. But
that's heartbreaking for Mark. He joins the club now. What a great club to be in, the State Singles Runner-Up Club. There's another member into our group. But I know the feeling that he must be absolutely devastated, having been in that situation a couple of years ago. It's not great, and he will have sleepless nights over some of the shots. When you lose by one, it just rolls through your head over and over again.
How well did he play? He was ultra consistent throughout sectional play, throughout that semi-final, and even for, I guess you could say, 85% of that game.
Yeah, what a fantastic performance. Mark Wheatley, we mentioned in coverage, there'd be quite a few of our viewers that may not have come across Mark in the past, but got through the likes of Mick Cronin and Jesse Nerona, former Jackaroos, to make his way through the section. A big win over the informed Hayden Boykowski in the semi-final, and an almighty effort in the final to go down 25-24. Credit to Jay. He could have turned it in when things weren't going his way. He was able to win an end, grab the momentum, and as you said, Jason, look for that T-to-T length, and he was able to just get a little bit better consistency with his first bowl, and Mark just missed a couple of chances, and that proved to be the difference.
What a way to finish our day of play. 4 finals, 2 semis and 2 finals. Sensational day of play. Super Sunday did not let us down. Andrew Lynn's speechless. He is, which is a rarity.
Have we found the button to turn the mic down, did we?
I was just thinking, I was watching Jay and the dots head to the heavens, and I think there's a moment of disbelief there. Just that pure, doesn't know what to think, doesn't know what to say.
Oh, absolutely. He would have wanted to win it, but there's no doubt about 45 minutes ago he would have been really, really worried that it wasn't going to be his day.
He's still smiling and laughing, Mark is.
Oh, he's that character, as I said.
Yeah.
I've come across Mark over the last 10 or 12 years. That's his personality. He'll take it in his stride. We all know too well these chances don't come along too often, but what a performance to get all the way to the final. Even winning a zone event. Central Coast, very strong part of the state for bowls, so to get through and win that zone title in zone 15 is a huge achievement. Win his first 4 games, get to the final, and he shouldn't be too disappointed with how he's gone. We know you'll stew over a few bowls at the end, but credit where it's due. He's pushed a lot of people a long way and put his name out there, so he's no longer under the radar in the bowls community. Mark Wheatley, he'll be a targeted player now, there's no doubt. And
stayed over 40s, mate.
Yeah, selection potentially if he wishes to go down that path and try and. We've got our state selectors here, so
would not be out of his depths in there. That is
absolutely.
For sure.
So tough sides to get into, but congratulations to Mark. We'll hand it over to Andrew to close off our coverage. Thanks, Jason.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of our broadcast for today here from Club Dubbo. Thanks to Dubbo Regional Council, Macquarie Club and North Dubbo RSL Sporties. Don't forget to join us again from 9:30am tomorrow when we'll be picking up action in the men's senior singles, and then from approximately 1pm in the State Fours Championships. After that, it's good night for now.